going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's the guy calling now? Good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing this morning? Double tap on my screen as you come into the room. How y'all doing this morning? Rain down on me. La, 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 la. Where y'all at? Got the drama going? Hey, rain down on me. La, 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 let them fall on me. Rain down on me. La, 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 da, 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 da. Where y'all at? Hey, rain. Right, okay. Here we go. Listen, we have went from one service over to the next service. I don't know if y'all ready this morning. I don't know if y'all ready for this morning. I really and truly don't. I don't know if y'all ready for this morning. Double tap on my screen. Y'all know all week we've been talking about training day. She says, how are you, blessed soul? I am doing well. Do you hear me? I am doing well. I am blessed and highly favored by the Most High God. It is hard for me to have a bad day. I might have a trying day, but it's very hard for me to have a bad day. You know what I'm saying? When you start walking in your calling and aligning yourself with the Most High, and, you start to look at things completely different. I might have a trying day, but a bad day. Yeah, now I don't know about a bad day. Sometimes it's tested, but I got it. You know what I'm saying? No matter if I don't look like I got it, trust me, I got it. Understand me? Double tap on that screen as we come into the room. We need 150 stars on Facebook to have a 200-star goal. Where y'all at this morning? Rain down on me. Double tap on that screen over there. TikTok. Double tap on that screen real quick. Right? Get us up to 10K real quick over there on TikTok. Y'all know the drill. IG. We need 8 more badges. Once we get 8 badges, we'll have our 10 badges start goal for this morning. And as you can tell, yes, listen, I'm excited today. I'm excited because I'm about to tell y'all something that I don't know if y'all really thought about. Well, don't worry about it because I thought about it. So, yes, I know we're talking about training day, but y'all know people that follow me that's like a part of my Patreon, y'all know that I'm the type of person where I don't like incomplete information, right? And so I noticed something yesterday, and I'm this excited because I can't wait to teach y'all what I don't know why I never put this together. Don't know why. New information excites me. You have to excuse me. New information excites me. And so, yes, I'm extremely excited because I was teaching something yesterday. And in the midst of me teaching what I was teaching yesterday, a light bulb went off and I had to go back and I said, oh, this is good stuff. Oh. And yeah, man, I'm telling you, when I start to learn different things about the Bible and the relationships, and I start to compare and see how those things work in our regular life, that turns me up, y'all. I cannot wait to get back over here so I can tell y'all what it is that, listen, you gonna have to be able to follow me today, right? To really you have to be able to follow me so y'all can understand what it is that I'm about to tell y'all. And some of y'all gonna be like, oh, y'all gonna get excited because I'm excited. Y'all gonna be I'm talking about for real. Y'all gonna be excited because, like I said, growing, when you start growing and learning, you be super excited about new information. It's just a fact. Good morning. I'm trying to give everybody the opportunity to get in here, letting everybody go ahead and reach our star goal real quick. Come on, we are at 7.9 right now over here already. Okay, on the likes on TikTok, we almost there. We at 8.1, 8.2. Let's go almost at our 10K goal over there. Y'all double tap on my screen. Facebook, can we get some stars going on Facebook real quick? Trying to reach our starting goal for our stars over here. There we go. Man, y'all got to help Benny Simpson out, man. She be carrying y'all every single morning. Benny, you be carrying them every morning, sis. For real. Double tap on that screen, y'all. Double tap on that screen. Where y'all at this morning? 4 more on IG. Let's go. I got some new information. Y'all know all week we've been talking about training day, right? So in the process of us actually talking about training day, you know what I'm saying? It's about training your mind to see things from a different way, a different perspective, right? That's what we've been talking about. So I've been giving you guys all week different examples of things that you need to focus on while we're in this training day series, right? So I've been giving you different things from different ways of life, things that we have experienced. So what happened was on yesterday, in the process of me teaching you guys about training day and talking about how you cannot afford to behave the same way that they behave, how you cannot afford to show up the way that they show up and to actually get down on their level, because when you do that, every single time you lose, and you put in way too much work on yourself for you to be behaving like how they behave. Understand me, because I told you, I said people who don't have nothing to lose, their thing is they'll help you lose everything that you got. They'll have you over there distracted. They'll have you over there frustrated. They'll have you over there agitated and annoyed with life over there. And their only mission is to keep you off course. Their only mission is to keep you distracted so that you won't reach your fullest potential, so that you don't develop the way that you're supposed to develop. That's all that it really and truly is. Sometimes folks don't even want what it is that you got. They just don't want you to have it. They don't want your relationship. They don't want your success. They don't want the good things that's happening for you. They just don't want you to have it. Understand me. Sometimes, listen to me, that's a note right there for somebody. You have to understand. Sometimes people don't want what it is that you got. They don't want your relationship. They don't want your jobship. They don't want your success. They just don't want you to have it. Anybody but you. I'm willing to clap for anybody but you. I'm willing to show up for anybody but you. I'm willing to, yeah, man, I can celebrate with anybody, just not you. Sad, but it's true. Sad, but it's true. So I talked to you yesterday and I said, you have to understand that you have to always make sure you're super locked in. You have to be super locked in and develop a relationship with God that is so intimate that you know and trust and believe that, hey, look, hey, I know you got me. I don't worry about it. I don't stress about it. I don't lose no sleep about it, because I'm familiar with who you are, right? I know how good you are. I know what you're capable of. I've taken the time to sit myself down and thoroughly check through your resume. And just like what we read this morning in Psalms, he says, hey, look, I want you to do me a favor. Check my heart. Check it in the deepest parts. Check my heart. Check my mind. Understand, search me through and through. And you're going to see that I love you. You're going to see that I live by your word. I know that your word is the truth. That's what I operate in. That's what I measure my life up against on a regular basis. I want you to search me thoroughly. And if you find anything that's not like you, if you find anything that's not in alignment with you and your word, then go ahead and pluck it out. Go ahead and remove it from me expeditiously. You ain't even got to check with me about it. God, you have full reign to make executive decisions inside of my life. Don't check with me. If you know it's going to be something that's going to hurt me, don't let me do it. I thank you for the blockings. I thank you for the things that you prevented. I thank you for the times that I wanted things and you did not give me those things, and I later found out that I didn't need those things. Understand me. I just trust you. And I told you yesterday that when you're learning how to trust God and rely on God, how it releases a lot of that feeling of being overwhelmed, that feeling of being stressed out, that feeling of always being tired, because now you're no longer trying to carry all the weight. You know how to release that thing. You know how to get that thing all the way up off of you. You're no longer trying to make it work and be what you wanted to be. You're letting him have his whole entire way in your life. Like, have your way in my life. You follow, I follow, you lead. Understand, I surrender my yes to you. You understand me? And sometimes when we surrender, not sometimes, but when we surrender our yes to God, it's no longer about what we want out of life anymore, right? Understand me, hear me, right? When we surrender, when you tell God, I want to be saved, that's the first process. You surrendering and everything and allowing him to lead. That's the second part of that. You studying and learning his ways. That's the third part of that, because through your studying, you will be the tongue tie. Through your studying, you're going to develop, right? You're going to develop through your studying, because you're learning more about him. So you have to apply now the things that you're studying. When you learn new ways to do new things, you implement those new ways. This is a process. This is not an event. It's not an instant. It's not something that happens just like that. This is something that you have to work towards every single day of your life. And that's what I was telling you yesterday. And I said, sometimes it's going to get uncomfortable. Sometimes you're going to get frustrated. Sometimes you're going to get agitated and annoyed. Sometimes you're going to feel like, oh, I don't want to do this, because you acting like you don't know who I am and what it is that I'm really capable of, right? So then what I done was I used the story of Esau and Jacob. Oh, yeah, I told y'all today I just got to give y'all some, I got to make something plain to y'all today. So y'all don't worry about it. It's going to flow though. Just hold on, huh? What'd you say? I told y'all yesterday about Esau and Jacob and the drama that came from Esau and Jacob, right? I told y'all, I said, listen, you have to understand that you have to be careful about who you get your instructions from. You have to know that Jacob was receiving instructions from a person that was what? Was a manipulator, right? She was a trickster, a bigger trickster than him. This was his mother. And that's why I said you have to vet everybody that you get information from. Just because it's your mom, just because it's your dad, just because it's somebody that's in your friend group or your family group, does not mean that everything that they saying to you is truth. Understand that just because you know that person, you love that person, doesn't always mean that they're giving you the right advice for you. Some folk are not worried about you. They're worried about the benefit that it's going to have for them. Understand me. If you don't be careful, you will be living your life, and you will be living your life for your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, for your children. Understand me. So you will be living a life and never be satisfied in your life. You will be living a life and you will never be fulfilled in your life. You will never experience real joy, never experience real peace, never experience what real freedom is, because you've spent your whole entire life trying to love and trying to please and trying to satisfy other people. Jacob was following the instructions of his mother. Understand me. And I also pointed out to you guys something that they ain't never pointed out to us before. Jacob really ain't want to do it. He was following the instructions. On your journey, you have to be ready to confront. You have to be ready to say no. If you know for a fact that it's not right, it's not something that you're supposed to do, and your no should not have a respect or a person, when you know that it's not right, you have to stand 10 toes to the ground and you have to call that thing out. No, I will not. No, I cannot. That is not for me to do. Understand me. It wasn't even something that he wanted to do. He done it because that's what he was instructed to do. Understand me. And you're going to have to be ready to go against the grain. You're going to have to be ready to go against protocol. You're going to have to be ready to go against the wave. Understand that, and that is okay. You hear me? Hear me? My keyboard is keyboarding. Hello. You have to be ready. Friends say confirmation, baby, and it is okay. You don't have to break it down to nobody. You ain't got to make it make sense to nobody. You don't ever have to explain you doing what is best for you, because you have to know and understand that in some people, no matter how much you love them, no matter how good you think that they are to you, some folk only love you for the benefits of you, for the service that you provide in their life. And some folk will use you, understand, to gain. Hello, somebody, you thinking that it's love, and it's really about what they're gaining. You thinking that they like you like that, but it's really the service that you provide that they really like that. Understand me, they like the way you come through. They like the way that you make it happen. They like the way that you're so reliable. They like the fact that they can ask you for anything. You were willing to do anything. And the only way for you to know whether or not it's real or not, start saying no. He didn't want to do it, but he done it because he was taking the instructions of his trickster mother. Not to mention the fact she labeled him a trickster, right? She called him Jacob. Jacob was a trickster. That's what we know about Jacob. He's a trickster. She's a trickster. And I pointed out to you guys that he comes from a whole line of tricksters, right? Everybody that we got says, well, Uncle Laman was also a trickster. So this was already going on way before Jacob was even born. His mama and his mama's brother all behaved the same exact way. So when I went, after I taught you guys about Jacob and Esau, and I taught you that what you do and what you don't do are both equally important, right? Because I told you that when Jacob wanted to come back home, he had to go through what? He had to go through Esau. The only way that he could come back home was he had to go through the person that he had just tricked out of his birthright, had just stole this man's stuff. And now you need this man's assistant. Now you want this man to embrace you. Now you want this man to excuse all of the things that you've done and provide a service for you. And I said, don't that sound just like today? People will walk the floor with you, mop the whole entire house with your head, and then turn right back around and ask you for a favor. Turn right back around and want to talk to you like they ain't did nothing, would disrespect you on levels that you won't believe, and then have the audacity to pick up the phone to call you when they in need, will talk to you crazy, and then think that just because they come back around talking about, do you want something to eat, that you're supposed to forget the fact that they just talked to you crazy, that they just stepped all out of line with you. That That didn't just start today. This been going all the way back since Jacob and Esau. This is the same exact example right here. I'm showing you how there's nothing that's new up under the sun. We're not experiencing anything that has not already been experienced. Understand that this stuff is not new. It is right here. And I'm telling you that you cannot afford to give them what they want from you. It's going to be some folk that want you to get back. Yep. It's going to be some folk that want you to get back. It's going to be some folk they want you to get licked back so bad because they want to be able to justify the way that they treated you. You have to do the opposite. When they come and they nasty to you, be nice to them. When they come over there and they talking down on you and all of that, yeah, say something nice about them. No, I don't do evil for evil. I don't get down on your level. I don't exchange that type of energy. You don't know how hard I've actually worked on myself for me to get to where I'm at, for me to be thrown away. The moment that I get down on your level, that means that I'm no better than you. I will not give you the satisfaction. Hello, somebody, what you said? Come on, Heather Geegan. Can we be real or can we be real? Baby, I will not give you the satisfaction of being able to upset me. I will not give you that type of power or authority to be able to ruin my good day, ruin my good mood. Rashad, stand the crier up. Understand me. You will not get up under my skin. You will not frustrate me. You will not agitate me. You will not annoy me. You don't have that type of power or authority over my life because you got to understand that there's some folk in your life, they want that response from you. They want that action from you. They want you to behave the way that they behave so they can say, that's why I did it. You won't get a that's why I did it on me. Because when we are ignorant to the enemy's tactics, and he has the advantage. But when we become wise, when we study and we learn his devices, we learn how he operates, we pick up on these things, we see through him and around him, and we know how he moves, then guess what? Now we have the advantage. We are no longer wide asleep. We are woke now. I know how you operate. I know what you do. I've studied your move. I know exactly what you're going to do next. And because I know better, I have already set up how it's going to move. When you call me, you will get no response. When you text me, you will get no response. Understand me. That's it. That's all, because you have to understand when you're dealing with spiritual people, we don't do evil for evil. Spiritual people, we don't get down on your level. Spiritual people, we don't allow you to pull us out of alignment. When you're operating with that spiritual Christ conscious, we just simply nothing you. That's it. That's all. We don't say nothing. We don't do nothing. We move mosey right on about our business. Folk will be like, you heard that? I heard it. You saw that? I saw that. But that right there, not my circus, not my clown. Why? Because you have to understand that God is my vindicator, and what he's going to do is going to be far greater than what I could ever do. Understand me. Why would I do what I'm going to do when it ain't going to be enough? I got to let him do it so it can be in front of everybody. I don't have to clear up my name. I don't have to make it make sense. I don't have to have folk on my side. I'm going to go ahead and follow what I'm supposed to be following because I'm knowledgeable enough to know this is just a test. So here go Jacob. He got to go through when Esau shows up, right? And when he tells Esau he want to come, y'all, I'm showing y'all what happened. I got to go and teach y'all this right here. Hold on. Now, this is the part that really, this is where it gets tricky. Pay attention. So now when he writes his brother, Jacob writes his brother Esau and say he want to come home, right? His brother Esau writes back and say, I'm bringing 400 soldiers. That's why I went into what I just went into just now. So when he said he was bringing 400 soldiers, his brother Jacob automatically assumed that that was because his brother was going to come raise up against him, that his brother was going to bring those 400 soldiers, and those 400 soldiers was going to come and do him bad because of what he had done to Esau. Let's keep in mind, you robbed me of my life. You took my double portion. You took all of my stuff and left me out here to struggle in life. That's what you did. So his expectation was that his brother was going to get his get back. He was going to get his lick back. He was thinking inside of his own mind the absolute worst. See, that's what I'm telling you. That's why you don't never have to rebuttal or never have to reply to anything that negative that folk got going on. Don't respond to it because their conscience is already doing them really dirty. Their conscience is already turning them every which way but loose already. They want you to say something. They want you to step out of line. They want you to get on their level, right? Because their conscience is over there whooping them. Do you hear me? Tearing them up, baby. Right? So now here he is. This ain't even happened. He over there making up stuff in his own mind. But the whole entire time when Esau's showing up and he's showing up with the 400 soldiers, he's saying to him, They can't because they're going to provide protection. We're going to get you there and get you there safely, right? Can you imagine how he looking now? Like, wait a minute. It also says that he told his brother Esau, he said, you have no reason to be this good to me. In other words, I don't even deserve your goodness. I don't even deserve your protection. I don't deserve your grace. How is it that I did all of this to you and you still embrace me like that? How is it you done all of this and you still loving me like how you loving me? Like, wait a minute. Understand, because that's not for me to do. What God is going to do, God is going to do. My job is to operate with that Christ conscious. But this is the part, right? So I taught that yesterday, but the Bible had emphasis on the fact that Joseph was there. Esau and Jacob are brothers. Esau and Jacob are brothers, right? Okay, and Joseph is Jacob's son, right? Okay, if y'all follow that, right? So, I'm going to show you something. Listen, so Esau and Jacob are brothers, and the offspring of Jacob is Joseph, right? Now, the brothers Esau and Jacob, Jacob was jealous of his brother, right? Who is Jacob? Jacob was jealous of Esau. He was upset with Esau because Esau was the firstborn, and he was about to be the one that was going to get all the stuff, right? He was going to get the big inheritance because that was how it was supposed to go back then. So Esau was promised the pass down of his dad. That's what he was going to get. Now, so Jacob decides that he don't like his brother Esau. He decides, well, I don't understand why Esau got to get it. And it wasn't all Jacob's doing. He had his mother putting the battery in his back as well. His mother was the one that was instigating it. His mother was the one saying, oh, we gonna do this, that, and the third, right? It wasn't all him, right? Doesn't that sound kind of familiar? Hold up. Jacob and Esau, brothers, dealing with jealousy and envious. When dad loves you more than he loves me. Jacob and Esau, brothers, dealing with jealousy, dealing with enviousness, because I want what dad is giving you. Then Jacob has a son. His son is Joseph, right? Pause right there. The Bible put emphasis on the fact that when Jacob went to go meet Esau, they said that Jacob sent his wife and his son, and they put the son name in there, and the son name was Joseph, right? He said he sent his wife Rachel and Joseph over to the side of the road to try to, didn't know if there was going to be anything bad or not, so he wanted to protect them from harm. So guess what? Now here go Joseph, right? Joseph is at the front line, and he's watching everything going on. Joseph is aware of everything that's going on. Aunties and uncles, come to the front. Come to the front. Come to the front. I'm about to learn you something this morning. It is amazing. Because I taught last year, and I said, y'all got to be careful, because it's people that's always watching, and it's not always your children. It's people that's always watching, that are waiting on you to go through that door, that's waiting on you to make a way. They're waiting on you to do something, because as soon as auntie do it, I can do it. If my uncle can do it, then I can do it. Understand me? They're watching you. You don't have to be the parent for them to learn from you. You don't have to be blood related for them to learn from you. This is the reason why we should always be making sure that we're setting the very best example for our children, no matter where we go, right? Because you have to understand, they put the point out there that Jacob was right there. Jacob was right there, understand, watching what was going on at this moment. Jacob is aware of the fact that his dad and his uncle, they got beef. And the reason why they got beef is because his dad did something to his brother that he shouldn't have done. He understands this, right? He knows this. Everybody knows it. So what happens when you don't deal with a problem? It'll forever be a problem. If you don't deal with an issue, it will forever be an issue. The same thing. I'm just showing you how generational curses continue. I was so excited to get on here today because I said, they are not going to believe this. Hold on, Kira. They're not going to believe this because we didn't put it together yesterday. Nobody finished this. Nobody taught this all together. Isn't it ironic how Jacob and Esau had the same issues that Joseph had with his brothers? And Jacob, understand, Jacob is is Joseph's daddy. Understand that. So here Jacob go, having the same problem with his kids that he had when he was a boy himself. You didn't have Joseph and you love Joseph. You show favoritism to Joseph. You didn't gave Joseph your colorful coat and all of that. And now your other sons are jealous of Joseph. They're so jealous of Joseph that they do what? They take him out and they sell him. They sell him out there in slavery. This is what they did to their brother. They are no better than their daddy. Understand? What do you think his brothers? We never taught this because I just got it yesterday. Understand? Now we see where Joseph's brothers got their trickster-like behavior from. Dear God. Oh, dear God. Oh, y'all got to know when to tear it up. Yes, now we understand generational curses. Now we see how things get passed down from one generation to another generation. Now we see how this thing is all tied in together. I'm going to learn you something. Now we understand, because when we teach the stories, when they preach the stories, they never preach the whole thing all the way together. So you learn about Jacob and Esau by themselves, and you learn about Joseph and his brothers by themselves. But the truth of the matter is, it's all one big story. Hot tomato. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yeah. She said, wait a minute, you teaching this morning. So all of this time that we've been talking about Jacob and Joseph, light bulb went off in my head yesterday. In training, it says, Coach, you can't teach this without putting this together so that they can understand the real power of generational curses. You keep telling them a problem not addressed will forever be a problem, but you haven't put no word on it. You have to put word on it so that you can seal it, so that they can know that it's not you talking, but it's me talking. That in order for you to break a curse, you have to know where the curse was coming from. You got to know where it stemmed from. You got to pluck it up from the root. You have to know this is exactly what it is. So now let's be real. So we know that Jacob was a trickster. Jacob's mother was a trickster. Jacob's mother's brother Laban was also a trickster. So all of this came all from the same lineage. Understand that all these folks all of this stuff was already in their bloodline. This is the way that these folks right here, this is just the way that these folks behave. So now here go Jacob's son doing the same exact thing that Jacob did to his brother Esau. You treated your brother a certain type of way, and you passed them same genes right on down to your sons. Now you got your sons doing the same thing to your other son that you did to your brother. Understand me. You got to fix some stuff in your life. Understand me. So here we are. Jacob the trickster then got tricked by his sons. What you say? Yeah, your problem not addressed will ever be a problem. Understand me. It's going to come right back. It's going to show up in your kids. It's going to show up in your nieces and nephews. It's going to be right there. Jacob was a trickster and you tricked your daddy. And guess what? Your boys went right out and done. They turned right back around and they tricked you. Did they not? They went out there and they sold your son, your favorite son, the one that you love more than anything. They sold your son to become a slave. Understand me. This is what they did with your boy. And then they came back home, put animal blood on his coat and gave it to you and watched you mourn, watched you cry, watched you go through hell in your life. They gave you the same thing that you gave to your daddy. You caused your daddy pain, so your kids caused you pain. It came back full circle. Did you? Come on, it came right back full circle. They came back and they made you believe something that was not true. They did the same thing that you did to your daddy. Your daddy was on his dying bed. At the moment, you put fur on your skin, Jacob, and you went in and you pretended to be Esau, and you tricked your own daddy into giving you your brother's birthright. That's what you done. Full circle moment. Play the keyboard. Full circle moment. You gotta be careful about what it is that you put out, because it's gonna what? Full circle. Come on, double tap on the screen. It's gonna come back. This is why you have to watch what you plant, because you're gonna reap that. You have to watch what you say, because you're gonna reap that. You gotta watch what you do, because you're gonna reap that. The same thing that you did to your daddy, your kids turned right back around and they did it to you. Oh, mercy. Ooh, Oh, mercy. Oh, yeah. Come on. Yeah. Come on. You have to understand that. Come on, you have to oh, can you? Somebody is like, oh my God. So when your kids saying you act just like your mama, check that. When they say you act just like grandma and da. Oh, check that. Yeah, check that. You have to break that thing up off of you. Yeah. Come on, double tap on that screen for me where you at this morning. Do you see what I'm saying? How important it really and truly is for you to watch what you do and also watch what you don't do. All of it matters. Do you see how it ties in now? Generational curses is something that runs really, really deep, and you have to pay attention to it. Understand me? For you to be able to nip it in the bud, you got to really keep your eyes on that thing. What are you saying, Coach? Be careful for nothing. Put it inside of your notes. Hello, be careful for nothing. Those little things that you think ain't nothing, watch those things, because God will use the smallest things. Understand me? The foolish things to confuse the wise. Things that you think is small, it'll be right there. Everything that you need is going to be laid out right there in plain sight, and you will step over it, you will walk over it, walk around it, because you're not paying attention. There you go, Crystal Love. Put them glasses on. Be careful for nothing. Watch everything. Why? Because this time is personal. It ain't that serious, but it is. It don't take all that, but it does. This time is personal. So here you are, getting back every single thing that you put out. Here you are, getting everything back that you didn't put out, right? So pay attention. As I was reading it, right? And I'm seeing how this all runs right there together. I said, my, right? Because now y'all know I'm on my feet. I get excited when I get new information. So now I'm thinking, I'm like, wow, they never put this together. But it's also a thing for the aunties when I said, and the uncles, the reason why I said come to the front line, right? Because you have to understand. Remember yesterday I told you, I said, watch who you are getting your directions, your instructions. Watch who you're getting your instructions from. Make sure you're vetting what you're getting your instructions from. Because just because it's coming from them don't make it right. You have to know within yourself what's right and what's not. And the only way that you're going to know what's right and what's not is if you're operating with your pressure plan. If you have created a healthy relationship between you and God yourself. Joseph is nothing but a baby boy. But we know that Joseph is favored. We know this already. We know Joseph was favored. We know Joseph is anointed. And we know that Joseph is really that guy, right? We know that he's really that guy. So now he's at the front line. They didn't name any of the other sons, but they named Joseph, and they named Rachel, which was the wife. So I said to myself, I said, well, why is it so important that they put an emphasis on the fact that Joseph and Rachel was over on the other side? Why they had to say that Esau walked up and he hugged Joseph and he hugged Rachel? Understand what's the importance of that? And the more that I sat there, because I have to sit in stuff for a second, I sat in it for a second, and I said, understand me, Jacob was Joseph's daddy. Jacob was Joseph's daddy. But the person that Joseph was getting his instructions from was not Jacob, but it was Esau, the uncle. He seen his daddy, he loved his daddy. His daddy loved him. His daddy seen the favor that was all over him. But his connection was really, he was more intrigued by his uncle. Because how can you love somebody that hurt you the way that he did? How can you love somebody, embrace somebody after they've stole your birthright, after they've robbed you of your whole entire life? Follow me. They put emphasis on the fact that Joseph was out there and that he had, So now what he's doing is he's over there. He's over there. He loved his daddy. His daddy loved him. But he knows, Daddy, you don't do right. Daddy, I love you, but you don't do right. You don't be doing what you're supposed to be doing. Understand me? You don't do what you're supposed to be doing. And because I know that you don't do what you're supposed to be doing, then because I know you don't do what you're supposed to be doing, hold on. He got his eyes on his uncle. He got his eyes on his uncle because, wait a minute, my daddy did all this to you? And this is what you're doing? My daddy did all this to you. My daddy hurt you like this. And you're going to still do this right here? You're going to still lead him and protect him all the way through? You still going to embrace him and embrace me and embrace my mama after everything my daddy done did to you? You mean to tell me this is how you behave? Jacob got his eyes on Esau, who is his uncle, not on his daddy, because he already know, daddy, you don't do right? And I've sat in there for a second. And then as I went on down, I sat down for a minute and I said, ooh, coach, you gonna coach today. Understand me, because Joseph ended up in the same situation that Esau was in. My brothers did the same thing to Joseph that Jacob had did to Esau. And guess what? Y'all put me in a pit, right? When I said, like, y'all remember what I said? Jacob robbed Esau of his life, right? Of everything that was his. You ruined my whole entire life. Joseph's brothers took him out, right? Took him out there, threw him out, seen the army coming, sold him into slavery, right? First he was in a pit. Then they sold him into slavery. He went into Potiphar's house, right? Remember, he was in Potiphar's house. And when he was in Potiphar's house, even though he was a slave in Potiphar's house, a servant in Potiphar's house, you have to understand he was a top-notch servant. He was a servant that was still anointed. And we know that Joseph was anointed when he was in Potiphar's house, even as a servant in the house. We know that because they said the house was blessed as long as Joseph was in it. Everybody understood. Things started happening beautifully as long as Joseph was inside of the house. Understand me, Joseph had that thing on him. He had that favor on him. He had that call on him. He had that anointing on him. And it doesn't matter where you go. You can be anointed in the pit, anointed in slavery, understand that, anointed in prison. So here he is up in Potiphar's house. Joseph have always been that guy. So now I understand why they pointed out that Joseph was right there, because Joseph had been in the mix for a very long time. Now Joseph is in here. The Potiphar's house is being blessed because Joseph is in it. They're surviving and thriving over there because Joseph is in it, so much so that the Potiphar's wife tried Joseph. Tried to seduce him. Joseph said, nah, that ain't how I operate. I don't get down like that. She got mad because he turned him down. Not because he turned her down. And she lied on him. Had him thrown into prison. Yeah. See, sometimes, come on, yeah. You have to understand that sometimes, people, you're going to be lied on. You're going to be talked about. You're going to be ridiculed. You're going to be called everything but a child of God. And you're still going to have to stand your ground. It's going to be sometimes in your life where people are going to talk about you down bad. They're going to talk about you dirty. And guess what? You still going to have to stand your ground. You still going to have to do exactly what you need to do. Because when you know that God is your vindicator, you don't get down on their level. When you know that God is the one that's going to vengeance is his, you don't get down on their level. You don't exchange that type of energy. And I sit up here like, wow, this man even went to prison. He went to prison knowing that he did not even do it, and got to prison and was still in prison, and he was still anointed in prison. Understand me? Because he was in prison and he was down there interpreting people's dreams and whatnot. So you mean to tell me you done went from a pit to the over here being a slave, and now you're in prison for something that you did not do? You've been getting whooped your whole entire life. Understand me? You done been through something your whole entire life. This don't make no sense, Joseph. How in the world can you call that anointing? How in the world can you call that blessed? How in the world can you say that this is what it is? Because the Bible also says that when you are facing many trials of many kind, which is, he said, count it as pure joy, knowing that you're testing your perseverance. I want to know if you have the right oomph in you. I want to know if you're going to stand at adversity. I want to know how you're going to respond when things ain't going your way. I want to know if you're still going to be head up, chest out. I want to know if you really mean it when you say what you say. I want to know if you're really on my side, or only on my side when things are going the way that you wanted them to go. This thing don't go fast enough. Understand? I want to run and talk. Understand? You have to understand. I need to know if you're with me or not. I want to know if you're with me or not. Come on. I want to know if you're with me or not, right? So Joseph is going through all of these things. He's in jail now, and he's been lied on by Potiphar's wife. Said that he made an advance when he really didn't. The truth of the matter is, he really just shut her down. I'm not going to do that. Understand me? So now he's in prison, and while he's in prison, he's interpreting dreams. Oh, come on, toe coach. Listen, now he's in prison and he's interpreting dreams while he's in prison. Come on, double tap on my screen. What are you saying? I'm just pointing out the fact that he was still anointed while he was in prison, because the only way that he would be able to interpret the dreams is if he still had the anointing that was on him to give him the vision of what was going on inside the dream. That means that God was still speaking to him. I'm just pointing it out for the people in the balcony that may not, yeah, you didn't catch it because you was like, well, he in jail, but he was blessed while he was in jail. He still had his gift, his talents while he was in jail. And the gifts and the talents is what got him out of jail. Because when the kings decided, hey, I'm having dreams and I need somebody to interpret the dream, what did they do? I'm speeding through this because I've already taught it to the chosen family, right? Understand? So what happens? The king go down there and a stranger on the street said, hey, look, I was in jail at one point and you got a prisoner down there. His name is Joseph, right? If you go down there and get that prisoner you got, he's an interpreter. He can interpret the dream for you. The king send the people down there, go down there and get that boy Joseph and bring Joseph up out of there for me, because when you bring him up out of there for me, I got something that I need for him to do. He comes up there, and when he comes up there, he interprets the king's dream, and it goes from being thrown in the pit, sold into slavery, a prisoner over something he never done, to now becoming a high priest. He did what? He went from being thrown in a pit by his brothers, thrown over there, sold into slavery, to being in prison, to now becoming a high priest. But it ain't stopped there. But it didn't, hold on, but it didn't stop there. This is where the boom comes in. This is where the booms come in. Do me a favor, double tap on my screen. Where y'all at TikTok? TikTok, get us to 100K real quick. Double tap on that screen. Y'all at 89.4. Get us to 100K real quick. Double tap on my screen. Get us to 1,000 on the stars, Facebook and IG. IG, can I get 5 badges? I'm gonna drink some water. Double tap on the screen. This is where the boom come in at. Go ahead, organ man. Go ahead and get your stands together. Tambourine, man and woman. Y'all go ahead and stand up. Get the choir in position. This is where this is where it's gonna get real tough. Y'all not gonna go ahead and stand up in your virtual pews, because you ain't gonna want to sit down on what it is I'm about to tell you. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all stand up. Y'all can stand up for the remainder, because I promise you it's gonna be worth it. It's going to be worth the stand. Hold on, because I gotta show you how it all tied in. I gotta show you how it all tied in. Double tap on the screen. Let's go. Whew. It's gonna get tight, but it's gonna get right. Double tap. Oh, my drama is here. Come on, Christina. Got my drama going over there. Thank you, Terry West, for the badge. Thank you so much, Driver, for the badge. Purple Flowers. Appreciate that badge. Double tap on that screen. Let's go. Facebook, can we get to 1,000 on the stars? We got 859. Let's double tap on that screen. Let's get it going. This is where it starts to get a little bit tricky at over here, right? Can we get right? We're gonna get right real quick. This is where it comes in. So now all of a sudden, Joseph goes, there you go, got the 100K. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, TikTok. Yeah. I know how it be sometime though. I know the story be so right and you be so locked into it, especially when it's new information. You be trying to take your notes. You be like, Coach, I'm trying to take my notes and double tap on the same time. Yeah, I got to slow it down so you get your notes in. All right, y'all. Yeah, this is what we're going to go with, right? This is what we're going to go with. We got 909. Get us up there, Facebook. If it's tight, but it's right. If you're getting the word that you need, bless me up this morning. All right, so now here we are. He goes from being in prison to all of a sudden now he's the high priest. And one of his roles as being the high priest is that he got to do what? He's going to be the one that's going to be in charge of the food, right? He's going to be in charge of the food. So he's going to be the one that's going to be issuing out the food to the community. So anybody that need food, they got to come through him. Anybody that's in need of something, they got to come through Joseph to come and get it, right? So now what happened? The same, pay attention. Jacob stole Esau's birthright, right? And when he stole his birthright, he took the double portion that was promised to Esau. And when he took it, his daddy found out and became so upset about what happened that Jacob had to go on a run. So Jacob had to leave his hometown, his friends, his family, and everybody that he knew and that he loved. He had to get up out of there because at this point, he's in trouble. He's in big trouble, right? So he done lost everything. He's gone out. Same thing. Joseph had been sold into slavery, been in prison, separated from his family and everybody that loved him. Understand me? He's been going through hell over here his whole entire life. Understand me? His life been bad. He's been separated as well, right? Okay, I'm just showing you the correlation. So now at the same time, right? Now here come Jacob. Jacob is at a point where he's going through a famine, and now he needs to come back home. He didn't hit a brick wall, and it's like, I need to go back home. I need to go back home because I just won't make it out here. I got to go back to my family. I got to do this. So guess what happens? Now all of a sudden, the same person that he hurt, the same person that he stole from, the same person that he did dirty, understand that he got to go back to that person to get help. He needs to make it right with that individual before he can get home. He has to go back through the same person that he crossed, the same person that he robbed, the same person that he did dirty. Now he got to come back to. That's why you got to just chill. He got to come back. Now make it make sense. Here go Joseph. Here go Joseph, who is Jacob's offspring. Right? He then became the high priest. The city then went into a famine. They don't have any food. They don't have anything. And now them same brothers, come on, coach, them same brothers that threw him into the pit, that sold him into slavery, them same brothers that been jealous of him his whole entire life, them same brothers who went and told their daddy that their younger brother was eaten by the animals and gave them his daddy the coat that was covered with the animal's blood and watched their daddy mourn and cry over his son, and his son was very much alive. The same brothers that ruined his whole entire life, the same brothers that had him separated from everybody. I've been in a pit because of y'all. I've been enslaved because of y'all. I've been in prison because of y'all. Y'all have ruined my whole entire life. Y'all did me dirty. Understand? In the same way that Jacob had to go over to talk to Esau, now Joseph's brothers have to come to him. Hello, somebody, what you say? I said, what? You talk about a generational curse. You talk about not addressing a problem and it forever being a problem. Wait a second. I tried to tell y'all. I had to go and make it make sense because I said, oh my God, wait till I tell them this on tomorrow. Full circle. All of this stuff came right back. The same thing that happened with Jacob and Esau turned right back around. The damage that Jacob had, the seeds that Jacob sowed, that he planted as a youth, came right back to bite him in the behind with his own children. His children were out there behaving just like them. Understand, they was doing the same thing that they got from their daddy. In every way. They was behaving the same way that their daddy behaved. But ain't it strange how Joseph didn't? Joseph was there at the exchange with Esau and Jacob. He watched his uncle, eyes on his uncle as his uncle embraced the one that hurt him. Eyes on his uncle as his uncle watched the wife embrace his mom and then embrace me. You're the uncle. He heard his daddy when his daddy said, I don't deserve the goodness that you're showing to me. I don't deserve the love and the forgiveness that you're giving to me. You don't have no reason to be good to me. Jacob was right there. He heard all of that. Understand me? He heard all of that. He saw it with his own two eyes. You mean to tell me your brother did all of it and he forgave him? And not only did he forgive him, he says, I'm going to protect you. So guess what happened when the brothers now then came over there to Joseph, right? They then came over there to Joseph and they walk in. At first, they did not even recognize Joseph. They didn't even know who Joseph was because he had then got older and everything and had been through so much. But Joseph recognized who they were. He knew them upon sight. And when he saw them, he told everybody, go ahead and back out. Everybody get out of here real quick, right? And then they heard Joseph cry. He didn't want to let them see him cry. He didn't want folk to know that he was crying. He shut everybody out so that he could cry, so that he could get it out. But they said the cry was so deep and it was so loud and it was so painful that you could hear it all over the palace. Oh my God, have mercy. Yeah. Come on. Have you ever been so hurt? So I'm talking about down deep in your soul that you like, ooh, I just want to do you like you did me. You know, have you ever got so angry that you cried and folk be looking at you thinking that you crying because you weak and you really crying because you know what you really got the power to do? Like you don't know. I am ready to put you in the dirt. Do you hear me? These tears is not because I'm weak. These tears is because I know if I do what I want to do, that baby, I'm gonna really have to suffer the consequences of it. I'm talking about real desire restraints. I want to go there, but I know that that's not the right thing to do. I want to say that, but I can't say that because that ain't the right thing to say. I want to behave that way, but can't behave that way because I know that that's not in alignment with my assignment. So you over there in the corner and you and God, y'all having it out, and you over there saying, I want to, and he said, you bet not. You said, ooh, I'm gonna do it. And he said, no, you ain't. And then you over there like, I'm gonna call. And he like, no, you will not. Understand? And he won't let you do it. And you in a whole battle with God over there. You and God going back and forth. And you like, and he said, but you not. But you not, because you not them, baby. Because you not them. And what I've done in your life, you have to understand me. You can be mad as all you want to be mad. But when you was in the pit, I got you out of the pit. You was over in when you was in the pit, you got out of the pit. When you went over there and you was enslaved, you was a good slave. You know what I'm saying? The house was blessed because you was in it. Even though you was a slave, you was a well slave, well taken care of slave. You found favor even as a slave. You ain't had nothing to worry about. You ain't suffered like that. Understanding when you went to prison, I took care of you even when you was in prison. When you was in prison, I gave you the gift of interpretation. I made sure that you had a way to get up out of the prison. Everything that you experienced in life, every ditch that they dug for you, I brought you out of. Every prison that they tried to put you in, I brought you out of. Every hardship that they thought that you was going to face, I brought you out of. You don't have a reason to be upset. You don't have that reason to be frustrated. You don't have a reason to be agitated. Suck it all the way up. I've been taking care of you your whole entire life. You better remember in this moment who's your daddy. When they said that you couldn't make it, I made sure that you made it. When they said you couldn't be here, I made sure that you was right here and looking good at it. Look at you. Look at your stature. When they said you couldn't have that, I gave you that plus more. How dare you? You ain't got to worry about these folks. Cry. Oh, you gonna cry. But when you walk up out of here, you better walk up out of here and your head better be up, your chest better be out, and you better be ready to do what I tell you to do. Understand me? So when he let him back in, okay, I'm just, that was me. That was the 2024 version. I was just telling you how I think that God was talking to him. I'm probably sure he said thou shalt and all of that, but I'm talking about me. That was just a rundown so y'all understand. So now, he let him come back in. Baby, come on. Y'all come on in here, right? Let them come back in there, right? So now that they came back in there, and he looks at them, and this is how I know, this is why I did that, because I know at that moment that he had to have a whole conversation with God in that moment. This is how we know this, right? Because when he starts talking to them, I love you too, Diva Styles. So now when he come back and he like, y'all come on back up in here. And when they come up in there, this is how we know that he, in the middle of him crying the way that he was crying, he had a serious encounter with the Most High God. This is how we know, because Joseph says, who am I? Am I God that I can judge you? That's how we know that he was operating with Christ's conscience, because Joseph said, I'm not God. I can't judge you. I can't punish you. I can't judge you. I can't punish you because I'm not the Most High God. He had an encounter through those tears. He was over there fighting the air. Understand me? Swinging hard as he could at the air, hollering and screaming. They heard it all over the palace. Surely his brothers was thinking the same way that Jacob was thinking when he had to go and meet Esau. Surely that they was thinking, right? Once they realized that's my brother and they knew already what they done, they would have had the same mindset of their daddy, because remember, they've been operating with the mindset of their daddy the whole entire time. When they standing outside that door, I know all that's going through their mind is that he is going to do us dirty. He's going to tell them to take our lives. He's going to tell them to throw us in jail. We know that it's about to go down for us. Remember when Jacob was about to go meet Esau? We know his chest was pumping fast as all get out, because he thought when Esau said he was going to bring the 400 soldiers, he just knew that that meant that his brother was going to be ready to square square up. He just knew that that was going to be on site. He just knew that soon as he see me, I already know how this is about to go. So slide Rachel and Joseph over to the side of the road. I don't want no hurt to fall on them. Understand me? Because see, folk already know what it is that they've done to you. They know how they hurt you. They know how they lied on you. They know how they mistreated you, how they mishandled you, how they used and abused you. They know how they've taken your kindness as a weakness. They know that they have walked you like a dog. They know how they have disrespected you. They know how they have treated you poorly. They know how they have used you as a doormat. And they know that they don't deserve your goodness. They know that they don't deserve your grace. They don't deserve your love. They don't deserve your help. These folks know that already. They don't deserve anything that you're giving them. And that eats them up in the inside already, because you're good to me in spite of me. You love me in spite of me. You're giving to me in spite of me. I don't even deserve your forgiveness. I don't know if the tables was turned, if I would do the same thing for you. They outside that door, and they got all kind of stuff. Ooh, wow. They got all kind of stuff going through their mind. He said, come on in here. He says, who am I? I'm not God. I ain't got no right to judge you. I ain't got no right to judge you. Can you imagine? And then he proceeds and say, I'm going to feed you and make sure that you're well nourished. His uncle Esau said to him, I came to lead you home and provide protection for you. Joseph didn't learn from his daddy. Joseph learned from his uncle. Joseph and Esau was following the Most High God. Jacob was taking instructions from his mother, who was a trickster. Understand me. Isn't it so amazing, right? Isn't it amazing how these things work? Isn't it amazing like how these things came full circle? And this because Joseph had seen his uncle show kindness, show grace, show mercy, show forgiveness to his daddy. He turned right back around and he showed that same mercy, that same grace, that same forgiveness. He turned around and showed it to his brothers as well. They learn by what they see, by what you teach. And this is why it's so important, even as aunties and uncles and cousins, that we watch what we do. This is why we have to be an example for our youth, because they're watching us. And when I saw that, I said, my, hold on. They're not going to believe this. We never tied it all the way together. Yes. Joseph showed the same love that was shown to him. The same grace that was shown to him. He remembered in that moment when his uncle Esau did in front of him when he was just a boy. How he embraced Jacob, his brother, and led him back home. So he showed the same grace, the same mercy. Man, come on. Hello? Yeah, I'm just trying. In other words, I'm telling you, villages matter. Having a healthy village, oh, that matters. Having healthy connections, oh, baby, all that matters. All of that matters. You got to make sure you have the right type of folk that's surrounding you and your kids. Understand me. You have to have the right folks surrounding you and your kids, people that you know and that you trust. I'm trying to tell you, because whether you think that they're looking or not, they're looking. Whether you think that they're paying attention or not, they are most definitely paying attention. Understand me. And this is why it's so important for us to watch watch what we do. Understand me? Yes, you have to watch what we do. She says, how you know my story, coach? Man, listen, listen, this was all aligned by the Most High, baby. That was all aligned right there. I didn't even know how to put it all the way together, Fred. That came to me. I didn't taught Jacob and Esau. I didn't taught Joseph and his brothers, but I never thought about putting it together to show how I didn't think about it until yesterday. And I thought about that yesterday after we got off live. And I said, hold up, wait a minute. These is all family. And that's when I said, oh yeah, I gotta go connect the dots on this. I gotta go connect the dots on this. I gotta go put this together because they ain't gonna believe this. Because I know I was sitting there and I was so amazed. Because we love to think that things just started with us, that things just started happening with us. And the truth of the matter, it didn't. And everything that we face was already in that book. Understand? It's everything that we face, everything that we go through is right there in that book. But we don't know it if we don't open it up. If we don't read it, if we don't pull out those dictionaries and the thesauruses to get the true meanings of stuff, if we don't go back behind that and pick up all the books to find the missing pieces of what actually goes in there. Y'all know I got all kind of books. I get books every time I go out somewhere. Somebody bless me with a book. I just got a really good book that breaks down all of Jesus' relationships with a lot of his disciples and some of the stuff that's not inside of the Bible that was also said, that was also discussed. And when I tell you, it's constantly blowing my mind. Now when I'm reading the Bible and looking in the book and comparing the stories, it make you be like, oh wow, this flows so perfectly. This makes sense to you now. And every time I learn something, y'all gonna learn something, because I'm gonna come right back over here with the same energy, baby, and I'm gonna be up with the same energy, and I can't wait to share it. I can't wait to tell y'all what it said. I can't wait to break it down and show it to y'all how it all go together. I can't wait. Every single time, every time I learn something, y'all better be prepared to learn it too. And I'm trying to, every single time I learn it, y'all better get prepared to learn it too. We gonna learn us something. Do you hear me? We gonna learn us. I tell them all the time, if you gonna be a lot of things, but you ain't gonna be ignorant. The people ain't gonna be able to say no anything to you, bring no anything around you, because we have been and already talked about it. I left the book in the house, y'all. I left it in the house. I have to go in there because if I can't pronounce the name of it, and if I try to pronounce the name of it, I'm gonna mess it up. But I showed it to y'all. I had showed it to y'all before. Yes. Double tap on that screen, but if you got what you needed this morning, if it was tight but it was right this morning, if it was tight but it was right for you this morning, double tap on my screen real quick. Send me some love, send me some love, send me some love, man. Double tap on my screen. Kira, if you remember, if you could, because she'll know how to, like, because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm gonna misspell it and all of that. Kira, can you put the name of the book? Can you put it inside the chat over on TikTok? And Crystal Love, when she puts it on TikTok, can you put it over here on Facebook? Because some people are asking what's the name of the book. Right? Double tap on that screen. Kira is the one that actually gave me the book. So she's gonna write it, and then we're gonna get it moved over here on Facebook, and then Facebook, she's gonna Crystal Love will put it in the chat for you guys, and that way you guys will have the book as well. I absolutely love you. But if you guys got what you needed this morning, if y'all got the confirmation that you needed this morning, if you know that you was on the verge of really getting on somebody's head this morning, and then you tapped in and you was like, I cannot even afford to act like how I was gonna afford, not after that message. I feel so convicted. Come on, thank you so much, Betsy. I appreciate those stars. If you over there saying, you know what, I ain't gonna even say nothing, I'm just gonna let God handle it. I was gonna get on you, but yeah, I see it ain't even worth the time or the energy. If you got your confirmation this morning, go ahead and double tap on my screen. Send me some love. Can I get some stars? Can I get a couple of badges? Can I get a few gifts on TikTok? If it was tight but it was right for you this morning, and you got the inspiration that you really needed, and you was like, oh my, oh baby, when I tell you that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, when I tell you that God is real, when I tell you that he's a vindicator, when I tell you that he's a very present help, and I really needed that reminder that you dropped out there this morning, coach, that even though I'm going through hell in my life, I'm still covered, I'm still protected. I needed that breakdown of Joseph and everything that he went through, and how God was still with him the whole entire ride. I needed to hear that, because sometimes I feel like I'm by myself, and I needed that inspiration to know that I'm not by myself, that he's still right there with me, screen. Double tap on my screen. And if you came over here and you was like, oh, baby, no, that was confirmation for me all day long. That was confirmation for me. That was motivation for me. I got what I needed, baby. I'm talking about my fire might have been burning a little slow, but it's up and it's red and yellow today. It's red and yellow on today. I got exactly what I needed. Double tap on my screen, man. Double tap on the screen. Send me some love, man. I just wanted to make sure that you guys always get the complete. I love making it complete so that everybody can understand exactly what's going on. Do me a favor, Crystal Love. Can you copy and paste that name of the book and put it over here on Facebook for me? Put it in the Facebook chat for me. Double tap on that screen. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Say, Coach, you are amazing and make it easy to retain. Thank you. That's God's plan. That's God's plan. Hey, Krista putting it on Instagram and Facebook. She said, y'all are gonna have this book. Y'all gonna get this book. We're gonna make sure y'all got all the information that you need to be able to be successful, right? That's what we believe in, setting you up for success, making sure you're able to get the right type of information, picking up the right type of content, because a lot of times we be perishing. There we go. She on Facebook now. There y'all go right there. There you go. There's the name of the book. Follow Crystal Love right there. She putting it in there for y'all. Yes, we perish because of that lack of knowledge, man, because we're not learning the way that we need to, not getting the information that we need. So we want to make sure that everybody get the right type of information so that you can grow and evolve the way that you really and truly need to, right? The way that you deserve to. Every single day that you wake up and you put 10 toes to the ground, I want you to switch yourself. Tell yourself how beautiful you are and how much you love you, because there's no love like self-love, and you first have got to love yourself way before you're able to love anybody else. Man, I just want to say thank you so much, Latoya Lane, for that cash app you just sent for Africa. Now we only need $35 to reach our $500 goal for Africa. Man, listen, y'all have been donating yesterday, and I appreciate it. We were going to take donations in December. Now I'm going to go into December, and we already got everything that we need to go to Africa already. The goal was 500 because they said that they did not want us to bring large amounts of money over there, right? So they said in between 100 and 5. So I did 500. It's going to be the amount of cash that we're going to give to the orphanage over there that's going to be catering to the youth that's from age 4 to 18 that is dealing with autism. We're going to present them with the $500, and then we're also going to provide them with cases of clean water, bottled water, cases of bottled water. We're going to also make sure that we provide them, right? We're going to provide them with socks, with clean t-shirts, with clean underwears and stuff like that. We're going to make sure they get coloring books and they get crayons because they love the colors, the bright colors and whatnot. They're going to get their coloring books. They're going to get their crayons. Thank you, Tia, for the Africa donation. Thank you so much, Christina, for the Africa donation. So we're going to get their coloring books, their crayons, their markers, the stuff that they need. Come on, Sierra. Appreciate you, Sierra, for the African donation. So we got so much other stuff. Garner B, appreciate you so much. Appreciate you so much for that Africa donation. Benny Simpson got the Africa donation. Man, listen, when I tell y'all we're going to pick up, we're going to take 3 suitcases. 3 suitcases full. The cash app we already got, we're going to transfer that into the money for Ghana. They're going to get that $500 cash so that they can go and get all the stuff that they need. But the money that we're getting, some of the money that we have now, the overflow, we're getting cases of water because they say they're going to take us to the supermarket that they have there. We're getting the cases of water. We're getting the hygiene and everything. That stuff like their deodorant, their toothpaste, lotions and stuff. We're going to get the stuff that they actually use there because some of the stuff that we have here, they do not use because of the chemicals. So we want to make sure that whatever we're giving them, it's going to be stuff that they use and it's going to be for their benefit. But when it comes down to the cash that we're giving, that's for the resources, the stuff that they need, because nobody knows what they need like they do, right? So we want to provide them with some money to be able to go and get what it is that they need. Man, y'all are showing out. Thank you, Michelle, Madison, man, all of y'all that's donating for Africa right now. I truly appreciate that, y'all. Y'all gonna be seeing, we're gonna leave for Africa, and that's gonna be December the 25th through January 4th, and we taking 3 suitcases, big ones. We got the big joints, man. We packing them, t-shirts, T-shirts, socks, underwear, coloring books, crayons, all you name it. We putting them in all 3 of those suitcases. So these little kids, man, I'm excited. I know that it's going to be extremely fulfilling for them, just for them to be able to, get all of their stuff. I want to make it look like Christmas out there for them. You know what I mean? Just to know that somebody love you, that don't even know you. Somebody's thinking about you that don't even know you. That's, that's really out here that cares about you and your well-being. So we're going to make sure that we do that. I'm getting everything together now. We got the suitcases and stuff. I'm taking one, T taking one, and Josh, my assistant, is also going to be taking one. And when we get out there, we're going to the supermarket and we're going to make sure that the kids, man, it's going to be lit. I'm going, and like I said, if I don't have the right type of Wi-Fi, right, when I get out there, I will be recording, and then I'll put up, the pictures and the videos when we get back to the hotel, where you guys will be able to see some things. And I'm also try to go live as much as I can, so you guys can get to see Africa and share in that experience as well. I absolutely love you guys, man. She says, I know I'm about to work with the autism youth. Man, it's a blessing. When you're working with kids, period, it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I love the little people, right? Because they didn't ask to be here. They didn't ask to be here, right? This is something that was beyond their control. And anything that we can do to save our youth, to protect our youth, to take care of our youth, that's exactly what it is that we're going to do. Trust me when I tell you, it's a beautiful thing, right? And not only that, like just hearing about what we just heard about when it came, man, this just hit my spirit. Like just hearing about what we just talked about when we talked about Joseph, right? Hearing that. Joseph was a little boy when this happened. Imagine the feeling that these little kids are going to have for the rest of their life, knowing that somebody that's not even from this continent came here to love on us, to give to us, to support us, to tell us that they love us. You know what I'm saying? And even if it's not one of the children that's there, they have autism. But what about the other little kids that are there watching this happen? And understanding that love is love. And it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter the color of your skin, your nationality, any of that. Love is love. I don't have to know you to love you and want the best for you. It's about setting the right example and showing people that there are some people that are still good people. There are some people that still have genuine, pure hearts. Understand me, it's a beautiful thing. So people are like, well, why are you going to post it? I post it to encourage other people to get out and do the same thing. We're going to post it and we're going to put it on all platforms to encourage people to get up and go and do the same thing. Do missionary work. Get out in the field. You don't like the way that our youth coming up? Then what are you doing about it? How are you assisting them? What services are you providing? Understand me. That's why we put it up. That's why we show it. That's how we let people know this is what we're doing, because we want to inspire you to get off your couch, to get from behind your table and go out there and work. To get out there and work. Thank you, Terry, for your Africa donation. Thank y'all so much. We're going to have us a time when we get out there. I'm super, super excited about it, man. I absolutely love y'all. Every single day that you wake up and you put 10 toes to the ground, I want you to sweat yourself. Tell yourself how beautiful you are and how much you love you, because there's no love like self-love. And you first have got to love yourself way before you're able to love anybody else. It is your favorite online motivational speaker and life coach. It is your girl, street poet, chosen family. I'll see you guys in the Patreon, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for prayer. If you guys have not signed up for the Patreon, the link is in the bio. Click where it says Linktree Street Poet. Right there in the bio where it says Linktree Street. Do me a favor, click that link. It's lit up light blue. Stroll down to where it says Mental Health Support Group. Become a part of the chosen family. Select that $10 tier and we will be in prayer at 12 o'clock. We got class tonight, right? Class tonight is going to be at 6:30, from 6:30 to 7:30. Inside of our class, what we talk about, mental health and spiritual health. Both of them combined. Right now, we are dissecting the book, Ayana Van Zant. One Day My Soul just opened up. So that's what we've been working on. And also we got people that are completing their reflection reports. That's right. So signing up for my Patreon is not just you signing up for prayer and signing up for the support group. You are also signing up to actually do the work that you need to do on rebuilding your life. You receive a homework assignment at the beginning of each month, and that's what you're supposed to be working on for that month. From month to month, you will receive your homework assignment. At the end of each quarter, I want a reflection report, and your reflection report you present to the class, and you break it all the way down, your growth and your development. And if you stumbled a little way, you come in there and you say, hey, look, y'all, I stumbled. Y'all pray for me. I need some more strength. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make it. And this is what we do on a regular basis. Happy birthday, Lily. Hoping and praying that you enjoying your birthday. God knows we're praying that you have many, many, many more. You're definitely deserving of it. So happy, happy, happy birthday to our sis. We love you. We love you. We love you. Enjoy your special day, man. Thank you guys so much. And I just want to tell y'all that I love you guys, and y'all be good. I'll talk to you guys soon. Terry.